and welcome everybody to another episode of the Leadership Drip. I'm your host, Clay Green, and it's great to be back with you again today. On today's episode, we are continuing on the series of the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership with the Law of Influence. So, let's dive right into it. So, what is the Law of Influence? In a world where leadership is often associated with titles, positions, or formal authority, Maxwell's Law of Influence challenges the traditional view of leadership. It emphasizes that leadership is not solely about holding a position or power over others. Instead, it argues that the most accurate measure of leadership is the ability to influence people positively. To fully comprehend this law, it's essential to dissect its key components. So one of those is the leadership is about people. At its core, leadership is about guiding and influencing people towards a common goal. Whether you're leading a team, a company, or a community, or just within your family, your ability to influence others is the primary gauge of your effective leadership. Influence transcends formal authority. Influence is not restricted to a formal leadership role. You don't need a high-ranking title or a corner office to be an effective leader. Instead, leadership emerges from the capacity to impact and inspire others regardless of your position. Positive influence. The law of influence assumes that leadership is most meaningful when it's characterized by positive impact. A leader should inspire, motivate, and guide their followers in a way that enhances their well-being and contributes to the greater good. And then authenticity is the key. True influence is rooted in authenticity. People who are more likely to follow a leader who is genuine, trustworthy, and who leads by example. Authentic leaders are more influential because their actions align with their words. So why does leadership influence matter? So here's a few compelling reasons for why it does. Engagement and motivation. Influential leaders have the unique ability to engage and motivate their teams. When people are inspired, they're more likely to be committed to their work, more productive, and overall more satisfied with their jobs. Conflict resolution. Influence also plays a pivotal role in resolving conflicts within a group or organization. Leaders who can influence effectively can bring opposing parties together and find common ground. Fostering innovation. Influence is a driving force behind fostering innovation. Leaders who inspire creativity and open dialogue are more likely to see new ideas emerge within their teams. Cultivating future leaders. Effective leaders not only lead, but also develop other leaders. When you have the power to influence, you can impart knowledge, skills, and values to the next generation of leaders. And then finally, building trust and credibility. Leaders who consistently influence with integrity and authenticity build trust and credibility among their followers. This trust is a valuable currency in any leadership position. So, how do we develop influence as a leader? The law of influence is not about being born with a particular charisma or charm. It's a skill that can be developed and honed over time. Here's a few strategies for enhancing your influence as a leader. You need to learn to lead by example. Authentic leadership starts with leading by example. Demonstrate the behaviors and the values that you expect from your team. When your actions align with your words, and you build trust and credibility. Build strong relationships. Invest time in building strong relationships with your team members. Show that you really care about their well-being and success. Strong relationships can make influence more profound and lasting. Communicate effectively. Communication is a cornerstone of influence. Develop strong communication skills both in speaking and listening. You have 2 ears for a reason. One mouth. Understand that the need and concerns of your teams and convey your vision clearly and persuasively. Be adaptable. Adaptability is a significant aspect of influence. Be open to new ideas and be willing to adjust your strategies based on feedback and changing circumstances. A rigid, inflexible leader is less likely to influence effectively. Empower others. Empower your team to make decisions and take ownership of their work. When people feel valued and empowered, they're more likely to be influenced by your guidance. Show empathy. Understand the perspectives and emotions of your team members. Show empathy and support where it's needed. Leaders who can connect on an emotional level tend to have more significant influence. Continuously learn. Leadership is an ongoing journey. Invest in your own personal and professional growth. The more you know, the more confident and influential you'll become. Practice patience. This one's a rough one. Influence takes time to develop. Don't rush the process. Keep working on your leadership skills and be patient as you grow as a leader. Seek some feedback. Seek feedback from your team to understand how you can improve your leadership and influence. Constructive feedback is a valuable tool for growth. Do skip levels, do one-on-ones. Just seek feedback everywhere that you can. And stay consistent. Consistency is key in leadership. Be consistent in your actions and values. People are more likely to follow leaders who provide a stable and predictable environment. So as we begin to wrap up today, the law of influence, as outlined by John C. Maxwell in his 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, is a profound concept that challenges traditional views of leadership. It underscores that leadership is not determined by titles, positions, or authority alone, but the ability to influence others positively. Influence is a true measure of leadership. As a leader, your capacity to inspire, engage, and guide your team is what sets you apart. Influence fosters trust, motivates teams, and paves the way for innovation and positive change. It's a skill that can be developed and refined over time, and it's one of the most valuable assets that a leader can possess. So remember, leadership is not about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in your charge. Influence is the means by which you do this effectively. Whether you're leading a small team or a large organization, your ability to influence will define your success as a leader. So, work on developing your influence, lead with authenticity, and watch how your leadership capabilities grow. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Leadership Drip. If you found today's discussion valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and please leave us a review. Stay tuned for more insightful conversations on leadership and business. Until next time, I'm Clay Green, and I'll catch you leaders on the next episode.